makes me cry. That's the funny part. But I've never been able to say there's a deity or any it.
And why do you think that is?
Well, I've never seen an it.
Oh, so it'd be helpful to see.
Yeah, if I saw an it, then I would, or a they, or...
Yeah.
But, you know, I have this book I've told you about of Freud's protege, not Freud, Jung, Carl Jung's protege, doing this book of over 1,500 instances of paranormal experiences that this publisher had in Germany in the 30s, wrote an account, kind of like of Lalo's story, and he got over 1,500 responses, and most of the people in the 30s said, don't publish my name. People will think I'm crazy and I'll be ostracized, you know, in my community. But he contacted Jung because he knew of Jung's interest, and Aniella Jaffe put the book together, and it's called Apparitions and Precognitions. And it's instances of people seeing their relatives or feeling their imminent death or knowing of their death, even though they're hundreds of miles away. And so that, I never had, well, I called Vince out of the blue 3 weeks before he died and said, how are you doing, you know? So I've seen instances in my own little way, but nothing as dramatic as...
Yeah.
So you were... Tell me about this Lalo.
Oh, right, Lalo. So taking care of my elderly lady whose husband's name was Lalo, and she had progressed in her disease to where she was bedbound. Her family had her in a dark room, and she would call out, Lalo, Lalo, always looking and calling out for her husband, Lalo. And when he had passed, she would go wait at the bus stop for him, even though she knew he was gone. That was the grieving widow of who she was, and she ended up bedbound. And then I went for a visit one day, and the daughters had the camera. Do you need to close that? The daughters had the cameras to watch Mom in her room and in the living room. And one day I was visiting, and she was laying in the dark room, and I went and sat with the daughter, and we were sitting there, and all of a sudden we heard her calling Lalo, 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 and then we heard a male voice that said, what are you doing? And her daughter and I looked at each other like, who the heck's in there with your mom? And we went in there and nobody there. So we know that that was Lalo responding in the quantum to his wife calling him. So was his spirit there? Most likely. Was she manifesting him? Probably. And so I think a lot of manifesting happens when you're grieving. And so I recently had a woman tell me a story about she had lost a brother, and she felt his heaviness. She was grieving so hardcore, grieving so hard the loss of her brother, and she knew he was present. She knew it, that he was there, and I'm trying to remember, somewhere along the line she had gotten a message that he had said to her, and I can't remember in what way, go ahead and let me go. It's okay to let me go. And she had this enormous peace over her, and she was able to let him go. And she stopped manifesting him. I mean, it happened that quickly, and she said she finally was able to get to where her heart wasn't suffering so much. And it was just that experience, and I believe firmly in manifesting, and I think it takes manifesting to sometimes bring the spirit forward, whatever way that you're manifesting it, whether it's through connection, a lifelong connection, or drawing that in. But yeah, I've witnessed that